In this video, I'll be discussing the rules for rounding in multiplication and division. So fortunately, the rules for rounding in multiplication and division is actually very straightforward and much more simple compared to the rules for addition and subtraction. And here are the guidelines right here. We round the answer to the same number of significance figures as the value with the fewest number of significance in all of our measurement values. Let's say for an example, we have a measurement value 1 with x amount of significance to it. And we have the second measurement value with y certain number of significance to it. So in this case right here, as between our two values, which of this have the least amount of significance? So let's say x, this first measurement value right here, have fewer amount of significance. Then our answer would then be round to x number of significance as well. Where x here is the amount of significant figures of the first measurement value, since they have the fewest amount of significance. Let's now try an example. So in this case right here, we have these two values multiplied by each other. So therefore, we need to now determine how many significant figures do each of these values have and how many would that be. So we know how to round our answer. With the first value, we have 3 significant figures. Because these 3 zeros right here are not significant. And our second value have 4 significant figures in there. So in this case right here, this first value have 3 significant. So that is the few amount of significant. And now we need to round our answer to 3 significant figures. After we plug this into the calculator, the calculated answer is 0.0822828. So first, write out the unrounded answer first. And now we know that we need to round this to 3 significant figures, which then equal to, so again, go to count our 3 significant, 1, 2, 3, we cut up right here. So this becomes 0.0823. And that would then be our final rounded answer. Pretty easy. And now let's try the second example. So in this case right here, we have division. We have 41.8 divided by 13.80. So again, because this is multiplication and division, to round it, we need to figure out which value have the fewest amount of significance. So on the top value have 3 significance, and the bottom value have 4 significance in it. And when we plug this into the calculator, the calculated answer is 3.028985551. So write out this unrounded answer. And now we know we need to round this to 3 significant figures as well, which count out 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to cut it up right here. So therefore, because we cut off the 8, we have to round the 2 up. So this becomes 3.03. And that is our final answer. Now, if we would have more value than that, let's say we have 5, 6, 7 value, multiply and divide by each other, then again, we apply the same rule and find which value have the fewest amount of significance. Perform all the math together involving all of those numbers to obtain this calculated answer right there, and then round that to the value with the fewest amount of significance. And let's now try another example involving the scientific notation. So same rule apply because we have 3 values multiplied by each other. So in this case right here, the first scientific notation have 4 significant figures on it. The second one have 2 significant figures on it. And this, all the decimal number right here, have 4 significant figures in it. So therefore, we would then see this value right here is the value with the fewest amount of significance, and it has 2 significant. So we need to round our answer to 2 significant figures. So in this case right here, after we plug all of this in the calculator, and make sure you know how to enter scientific notation on your calculator. So this becomes 0.00176 So initially, this is the calculator answer. And now we know that we need to now round this to 2 significant figures, which then equal to, so again, count out 2, 1, 2, that way we're gonna cut off. So this is equal to 0.0018 because we cut out at 6, so we have to round the 7 up to the 8. So that's what our final answer would be. Now notice that this value right here is in the decimal form. We can also convert this into a scientific notation as well, which then become 1.8 times 10 to the negative 3. So it does not matter whether we keep this in decimal form or the scientific notation form, unless we specify. Then we can write either one of this format. So please try this following example right here, just to make sure that you know how to do this.